Okay, guys, I have another story from Clown World. Clown World is where we live, guys, in case you hadn't noticed. It's our Banana Republic justice system. A man in New Jersey, uh, he called a black man the N word, and he's going to prison for it. Prison.
Jersey after an explosive encounter in Mount Laurel. A man faces a host of charges after he was caught on camera shouting racist and offensive words at his neighbor. WPVI.
To the shouts of protesters, Mount Laurel police took Matthews into custody Monday.
This is when they took him into custody. So the video went viral. This happened 2 years ago. And he got arrested for this, and he's been in jail ever since. And he just got sentenced the other day to 8 years in prison for calling a black dude monkey and the N-word. This is not a law. This is obviously just a rule that they're enforcing in certain places just for white people.
Evening from his home at the Essex Place complex. Matthews faces charges of bias intimidation.
Biased intimidation. 8 years in prison. So the BLMers went bananas when this video went viral. They found out where he lived, and they were like protesting at his house. And the cops went to get him, probably for his own safety, because you know what the BLMers do. Burn, loot, murder.
Harassment, assault, stemming from a now viral video from last Friday.
It's not Africa.
Oh, this is Africa.
Not Solomon or wherever you were.
I was born in America.
So they're both arguing over something. I don't know what it is, but I remember seeing this video a couple years ago. It did go viral, but I had no idea this dude got arrested for it.
The video shows Matthews saying the N-word multiple times. Matthews was initially charged Friday. He faced additional charges after the prosecutor's office reviewed more footage. Before he was arrested, Action News spoke to him by Zoom.
They said that he spit on the guy. He spit on the black guy, but man, I didn't see any footage that showed that. And I've been looking at a lot of footage. And the actual viral video, that you can't find that anywhere. So it's been scrubbed, apparently. I looked everywhere for it. Now here's the guy saying he's sorry.
On Monday, the number of protesters grew throughout the day.
About that, because this is despicable conduct.
That's the police chief, I think.
The only thing that I could possibly say is I cannot apologize enough. I was drunk. I was out of line. I let my anger get the best of me.
Today, a woman who identified herself as Matthews'
Yeah, you
ex-wife
did, dude. But it's not illegal to call people names. You know, that's still freedom of speech. Hate speech is still protected speech. You know what I mean? It's despicable stuff, but it's not illegal. Apparently it is illegal. What am I saying? This dude's going to do prison time.
came with an officer to pick up belongings. She said she doesn't live here, but still owns the home.
So they trashed the guy's house and the neighbors' houses that were next to his house. Nobody got in trouble for that, though. That's way worse than calling somebody names.
The police chief says several nearby homes were also damaged in the protest.
Several nearby homes were damaged by the BLMers. That's what they do. Burn, loot, murder.
And he said 10 to 15 officers were hit by pepper spray.
10 to 15 officers were hit by pepper spray. So you'll see videos here in a second where they were taking him out of the house and taking him to the police car because he was getting arrested. They were throwing stuff, pepper spraying him, trying to hit him with stuff, and they were hitting the police officers.
As they took
None of those people got in trouble.
Matthews into custody.
But they weren't white people.
And
The big story in Action News is the
Here's
anger
another.
and outrage over an explosive interaction between neighbors. Protesters gathered outside of a home in Mount Laurel today after a man was captured on video shouting offensive and racist slurs at his neighbors.
Look at them all, man. They come out in droves for this stuff.
The man now faces harassment and biased intimidation charges. Action News reporter Chris Giletto is live in Mount Laurel tonight with the full story.
Bias intimidation. You ever heard of that?
By a large crowd of protesters calling for his arrest, Edward Cagney Matthews
Look at all the
walked
stuff
out
they're
of his
throwing
home
at him.
surrounded by Mount Laurel police. Water bottles and ice.
Apparently it's not against the law here in New Jersey to pepper spray police officers because no one got arrested for that. But it is against the law to do bias intimidation.
were hurled at Matthews and the officers who essentially shielded him from the projectiles.
It was a difficult situation to extract him, but unfortunately some in the crowd made it much more dangerous for everybody.
As the squad car left the Essex Place complex, officers in riot gear moved in.
They had to get in riot gear, the police, to protect themselves.
By police, heckled and assaulted with plastic
Clown world.
bottles by protesters.
Remember when all the police during the after the George Floyd incident, where he OD'd on fentanyl, where you saw these videos of the police taking a knee? This right here was to let you know how policing was going to be done from now on.
Dania Mosley is sad, disappointed,
taking a knee.
and, well, angry. It all
Matthews is the man now charged with bias, intimidation, and assault, stemming from a now viral
Assault. They got him for assault, for using words that were mean. Because I guess they're trying to say, maybe they're taking this guy's word for it, the black guy's word for it, that this white dude spit on him, but I didn't see it anywhere. If he would have spit on that dude, they'd be showing that over and over again. So it's his word against the other guy's word, and you can never believe the white guy.
video that shows him nonchalantly hurling the N-word multiple times at his neighbors. New video even details the moments before it escalated, showing him knocking on his neighbor's door, demanding the husband come out and speak with him.
I have every right to be here.
They don't even tell you what the argument's about.
Get your husband.
Maybe he had a legit argument
Another
to
neighbor
bring up with that
interceded
guy.
on that couple's behalf. That's when it exacerbated. Most of the video too graphic to play.
It's not Africa.
Oh, this is Africa.
It's not Solomon or wherever you were.
I was born in America.
How many of us could show the restraint that this gentleman did, and he didn't deserve that. Nobody should ever feel unsafe or intimidated or discriminated against in their own house.
There is
If you feel discriminated against, then the other guy goes to prison.
nothing that I'm going to be able to say that's going to justify me using the words that I use. Whatever I need to do to make the community and the world at this point, see how big it is?
He's backtracking big time because he knows he's going to prison.
Understand that I made a mistake. Allow me the ability to move forward, just like we all deserve.
Police confirm they've received complaints about Matthews before. This woman didn't want to show her face.
And again, Matthews apologized for what he said. He is behind bars until he is going to be arraigned sometime in the next few days.
So he's been in jail for 2 years and just now got the 8-year sentence. So the time that he spent in jail, that counts. So he's got 6 years to go.
Meanwhile, police remain here on scene throughout the evening.
Wow.
New information on the video that's gone viral. The South Jersey man captured on camera delivering a racist tirade remains in police custody.
Get these fucking monkeys
Guy looks like Alex Jones, doesn't he?
out of here, and you can't do
That man right there, Edward Cagney Matthews, will spend the next few days in the Burlington County Jail. He's facing
Well, he don't look like Alex Jones right there.
charges after that video surfaced of him unleashing racist epithets at a neighbor. Our Joanne Pileggi back live.
Would they ever arrest a black person for being racist and saying racist stuff to white people? Never.
Live in the Mount Laurel neighborhood
Never.
where this all went down. Joanne.
Hey guys, different scene here today. 24 hours later, a lot of new developments.
All this footage I'm showing you is from 2 years ago.
It all says, according to neighbors, it blows open the doors and exposes an ugly problem, they say, about a man who lived among them.
Hey man, for every racist white guy you're gonna find, you'll find a racist black dude.
Station today.
All right, well, that's a satisfaction to be able to give to the people that he was in fact arrested. He is currently awaiting a hearing, but we don't intend to stop there.
Get these
No, of course not.
out of here, and you can't.
Activists say Matthews is alleged to have terrorized others in the neighborhood because of their race, and nothing was done until he was caught on camera.
It's not Africa.
They questioned why Matthews wasn't arrested after cursing at the officer on the scene.
Go talk to let them know what I'm all about.
We want an entire review of everything out here.
Out there in the complex on a white fence, another racial slur.
So somebody spray painted a racial slur on this fence, and they're blaming it on this white dude. But hey man, Jesse Smollett, Bubba Wallace, the list is a mile long of all of this fraudulent racist stuff. What are the odds that that white guy didn't do this, and one of the black neighbors did it and is blaming it on him?
Smudged into the moss-covered vinyl, the N-word. Neighbors.
You know, every single incident that the BLMers used to riot, that was all fraud too. None of that was truthful.
Claim Matthews did it after his confrontation. Police have not confirmed that.
For my daughter to have to worry or see that or have to read it.
So the mob rules, guys. If the mob wouldn't have come out and protested this guy, they probably never would have arrested him for that.
It's somewhere
It's
where I
mob
might
rule.
not be there for her to explain. It's just a very,
Mob rule in our justice system.
very sad situation.
Look at Derek Chauvin. He didn't kill George Floyd. He's in prison. You know what I mean? Look how they're treating Trump. You know, look at Alex Jones. He has to pay supposedly $1 billion because he denied the Sandy Hook thing. You can't deny something. You know what I mean? Even if it's stupid. You know what I mean? Doesn't make any sense.
I'm just really very, very upset.
Look at all the J6ers that were invited in by the police at the Capitol, and now they're all in prison.
And like I said, to think that black people we have to be called, I've been called monkey. I've been told to go back to Africa. That video hit home with me.
According to the family, it wasn't until this recent video of Matthews going viral that he was arrested. But initially, when the incident took place, he was detained by police and released the same day. However, today in court, we heard from prosecutors mounting evidence showing.
So they say that once he got arrested, he was released the same day. But another article that I read said that he'd been in jail awaiting his court hearing. So I don't know which one's true.
That he had complaints against him for the past year, about a dozen complaints showing that Matthews shot his black neighbors' cars with BB guns, smeared feces on them.
So they say that he shot up cars with BB guns, but they never found a BB gun at his house. But they found a slingshot with some marbles.
Rocks at the cars. So a lot of evidence showing that, according to Aaliyah's family, that there was lack of inaction. Also, there was a note by a neighbor that matched Matthews' handwriting, and that was a very threatening note. The FBI now is on the case.
So somebody writes a threatening note and leaves it on a car, and they pinned it on this white dude.
As well, and of course we'll keep you posted here. Neighbors say they're going to be watching.
We've been following this closely for a week or two now. This hearing today brought out a lot of new information.
Shana, it did. We heard a lot about his lengthy criminal history dating back to 1995.
So they're going to dig deep into his history and see if he's done anything else.
And more about
and use that against him.
A dozen police reports that were filed from this neighborhood over the past year. It was enough for a judge to say that he's a threat to the community and to order him to remain in custody until his trial.
It brought me to tears because I'm happy in one sense.
Aaliyah Robinson and her daughter Jasmine Szynski feeling a sense of safety after Judge Terrence Cook ruled that 45-year-old
look at the judge.
Edward Cagney Matthews, the man hurling racial slurs during a rant in a viral video, will stay behind bars.
This is the judge. This is the judge that decided he had to stay behind bars until his trial, which was a 2-year wait. You think this judge is a BLM judge?
That he is a high risk of danger to the community based on his continuing course of conduct.
Matthews stood silent, appearing from jail during Wednesday's detention hearing, his first since he was arrested on charges related to the viral video.
Nobody got arrested for doing that shit to the cops.
And following a search of his home, where investigators say they found drugs, a slingshot, and...
So when they went to arrest him the first time, they got a search warrant. They went into his house and they found hallucinogenic mushrooms. So they charged him with dealing drugs.
Multiple ball bearings.
They added that onto it.
Assistant prosecutor
and a slingshot and some ball bearings.
Jamie Hutchinson pointed to that evidence Wednesday. She also unpacked his criminal record of 20 prior convictions dating back to 1995 and detailed nearly...
And they don't tell you what any of those prior convictions are.
A dozen
and I don't understand how that pertains to this.
Police reports over the past year alleging Matthews terrorized neighbors of color and homeowners association board members. Now, Matthews' attorney Anthony Rizzo did argue that extreme risk protection order that allowed police to search Matthews'
He's an extremist.
home should not have been allowed
Insurrectionist.
because he was behind bars and at a public risk. He also said that his medical records and criminal records are too remote to be considered. Matthews does have 7 days to appeal the decision, and Shayna, his next court date is August 25th.
This dude got hung out to dry. Oh shit! I'd be scared living in New Jersey. Hey man, if a black dude wants to argue with you and call you names and stuff, just get the hell out of there.
We'll be following. In Action News, a Burlington County.
Okay, so this is the updated version. Everything that I've showed you was from 2 years ago. This is the report that came out like yesterday or the day before.
Man who was charged with harassing and using racial slurs against his black neighbors has pled guilty to bias intimidation. 47-year-old Edward Matthews sparked outrage in his Mount Laurel community more than 2 years ago when video of his racist rant went viral. Matthews was taken into custody after dozens.
Do you think any of those BLMers are racist against white people?
Of protesters
They can't be
surrounded his
racist.
home. And along with bias intimidation, prosecutors say Matthews also pleaded guilty to a drug offense. As part of the plea deal, he will be sentenced to 8 years in prison.
8 years! 8 years? Oh my God. All right, here's some headlines. Just to show you that all this dude did was call that black dude some mean names. A bunch of headlines. New Jersey man Edward Matthews sentenced to 8 years in jail for hurling racial slurs at neighbors in viral video. So they admit it. That's all he did. That's it. New Jersey man sentenced to 8 years in prison after a video showed him harassing black neighbors with racial slurs. That's the crime. Mount Laurel man gets 8 years in prison for racist viral rant against neighbors. New Jersey man sentenced to 8 years in prison after video showed him harassing black neighbors with racial slurs. That was his crime. New Jersey man sentenced to 8 years in prison for racist harassment against neighbors. Wow.
Agree or disagree with
So we gotta nip this white racism thing in the butt and arrest these guys, because we know black people aren't racist. They can't be racist.
the following statement. It is okay to be white.
No, that's not okay. It's terrible to be white. No.
It is okay to be Asian.
Nah, you don't want to be them either. Nah.
How about black?
Definitely that. That's it. It's all you could be. It's the coolest thing to be. I mean, you really, after that, you talking.
This James Klug, or Klug. He does street videos like this. It's a good channel. Follow that dude.
Bottom of the barrel, really. Asian, that's probably worse than being white, ain't it?
A lot of this.
Yeah, I am racist.
Put that woman in prison. 8 years.
Are you serious? Or are you...
100%.
So you just don't like white...
More double standard shit. When you get the double standard thing in the justice system, in case you guys haven't noticed, our justice system has gone down some kind of crazy ass rabbit hole, and we're way down inside it, and it's not coming back, guys. It's only gonna get worse.
As a whole?
No.
I'll probably get arrested for doing this video.
Yeah. Should we be judging people based on the content of their character and
Yes.
not the color of their skin?
No, you need the color of skin is very important.
It is important. By the way, do you agree with her?
Yes, she does. I have a black son. I don't want my son come home with no white woman. At all. He know better.
Imagine if a white person said that about a black person. This is in New York. I think it's in New York, which is real close to New Jersey. You go to prison for that shit.
Do you tell him that?
Yes.
How old's your son?
21.
And he's not allowed to date.
He could date who he want, but they can't come in my house, and I'm not gonna have no parts of it. I don't want no mixed babies. I want a black baby, grandchild. That's what I want.
Only 53% of black Americans said yes to that poll. Does that surprise you?
53% of black people polled said it's not okay to be white. So, according to that poll, more than half of the black people out there are racist.
Or no?
No. Black people are really racist.
Black people are really racist, she said.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Anyways,
Anger and outrage.
we're in clown world. We're fucked.